was there. Brain. Mhm, mhm. So we were there. Okay, you can train your brain as you train your muscles. I think that we have completed this slide and
Hello?
Yeah.
previous. Yes. Somebody was saying something? That's okay. Now the next slide. Message to brain. Do you know our brain also give messages? Sorry, our brain also receives messages from us and how that things happen. One experiment was done. The experts, they took the 10 people and like nowadays in the market there are so many medicines, many tonics are available, and they say that if you use these tonics and medicines, you can grow your memory, you can grow your memory power fast, you can learn many things easily, and you can preserve all the
Yes.
things, all the materials in your mind for the long time. Many tonics, many medicines are available
Yeah.
in the market, right? And they are very costly. So one expert, he did an experiment.
Hello?
He took he took around 10 people. He took 10 people and he divided in two groups.
Can you hear
Five.
me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you speak? Who's speaking? If you want to say something, you can repeat your, you speak your
Yeah.
name, then you can explain
Yeah.
whatever you want to say.
Yeah. Please speak,
Yeah,
Omar.
actually, yeah, I'm new here actually. So please, can you tell me that what's going on and what's the topic and what do you
No,
teach
no,
here?
no. Yeah, yeah. Listen, listen. The host is delivering the message about the given topic. You just go through it and listen or focus on that. And later on, the host himself, he make us interact. Definitely, you'll get the chance at the time. So until, please keep your mobile in
Okay,
mute
I'll
mode.
I'll
Thank
just to
you.
give you small information about the topic which I'm telling to you, right? It's a
Okay,
it's a
thank you.
kind it's a kind of scientific technique of learning anything, right? We have already passed 1 hour, and 1 or 1.5 hour is left. Just watch and try to understand. And after the session, you can ask the questions, and it is being recorded and it would be uploaded on YouTube. And after completing the session, you can watch on YouTube from beginning to end. Okay,
Okay, sure.
right?
Yeah. Please keep,
Okay.
Omar, please
Hmm.
keep your mobile in mute mode.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for coordination. So I was telling about message to brain. So the expert divided the group of 10 people in two parts. In each part, he put five people. And initially, he did a kind of experiment. He tested their memory power. What is their memory power in the present time? And he brought a branded tonic to increase the memory. And he gave that branded tonic to five people, and rest of the five people he gave the normal water. He just made it colored and with taste. That was very simple. And he told to all the 10 people that you are going to do something extra with your memory power. If you use this tonic, you would grow your memory, you would increase your memory power, and after 3 months you would be able to memorize the thing faster than right now. So after 3 months, all the 10 people called, they were tested, their memory power, and the result was amazing. It was fantastic. And the people who took the branded tonic, they were tested, and of course, their memory have increased. They have grown their memory, and they felt that they are learning things easily, and they are able to learn, memorize, and keeping everything in their mind for the long time. The experiment was fantastic. And do you know what happened with the rest of the five people? Those were given the normal water with color and some taste. What happened with those five people? Do you have any idea? Anybody can tell me what happened with those five people? Those who took only the normal water. Anybody? Yeah,
They
go
So
ahead.
they
also, I
were
think,
same
I think
as,
they also gained
yeah,
memory. I think so. They
Exactly.
also enhanced
same
their memory.
Exactly. They
Mm.
also
same
enhanced
as the earlier five
their
members.
exactly. They also enhanced their memory power. They have also increased their memory. Do you know why that happens? Because initially they were told that they are going to do something extra, some more things with your brain. They have given this message to their brain, and after 3 months, they have grown their memory. So it's a psychological reason, and that's it. Do you know, like when we do something, when we get the medicine, like actually the thing is that I would like to convince you with the help of one more example that suppose somebody has headache, okay, some pain he has, right, and he gets the medicines from the market and he pays the money and he takes that pill or medicines for get rid from the head. Actually the thing is that the pain remains same, but psychologically he start feeling that I've taken the medicines, now I would be okay, my headache would not pain more. Psychological things, this kind of reasons happen. So this is all about medicines and memory and message to brain. So our brain that also receives the messages, whatever we do, whatever we think for our brain. So that was the next slide. Okay, now kind of learning. So we have got three kinds of learning: eye minded, ear minded, motor minded. The first point is that eye minded. That means we watch the things from our eye. The eye minded people are more powerful watching the things, like they read the books, they watch the movies, and they watch the people, they watch the faces of the people, and they memorize. They have this kind of ability because they are eye minded. Whatever they read, they can preserve the things in their mind for the long time. This is their ability. And if you talk about ear minded people, they have got good listening power. When they all are in the lecture hall, they listen the conversation, they preserve the conversation in their mind. If they are asked to tell the action of the professor, they cannot tell. If they are asked that what is in the board, what is written there, they cannot tell because they are ear minded. Most of the musician, they compose the music, they learn, they listen the music, they preserve the music in their mind, and they compose, they sings, because their listening power is fantastic. Many people, they work in a call center industry, they are very much ear minded because they listen the customer and they reply. So this kind of people, they have good ability, but they are weak. If they are given any book to read, they cannot preserve the article, the idea from the books in their mind. So these kind of people are ear minded. Now we talk about the motor minded. Motor minded means the sense power, the touch. Suppose somebody just moves from your back, you understand that your brother moves from your back, your sister or somebody else, your friend, he moves from your back. You understand, you have got good sense power, smelling power, taste. So this kind of people are motor minded, but they are weak in ear minded, eye minded. You know, you can understand in this way that many blind people, they're blind from their childhood. born blind people. Their senses are terrific. They can understand who came in your house, who is just passing, what is happening surround with them. They can easily understand. They convince everything point to point perfectly. So these kind of categories we have of learning. Do you know everybody has all the qualities, eye, ear, and motor minded, and everybody can develop these things. But we don't concentrate, we don't pay attention on these things. We behave normally. Whatever we watch, how much we are able to learn, we just learn that. How much we are able to preserve, we just keep those things in our mind. Whatever, how much we are able to smell or sense, we just remain same. We don't apply extra mind. We don't apply our extra ability to learn in different way. So that was the point about eye, ear, and motor minded. Okay. So now this is the important thing which I'll be telling to you. Principle for better memory. So here we have got some principles. One by one, I'll be telling to you. The first point is association. And the last line which I have written, that have faith in your memory. My brain is better than the best computer of this world. So you should have faith on your memory. Believe on yourself. Believe on your memory. The most strongest memory in the world. Believe on yourself. The point is that is association. Suppose you are given 4 lines and you have to connect these 4 lines. If you connect these 4 lines end to end, it would form square. You got a relationship between line and a square. And if you get the 6 square, and if you club it, if you join it, it would make a cube. So you got the association, you have associated all the things. Now you can understand among the line, what is a square, and what is cube. You can understand, you can preserve it in your mind. If you are told what is cube, you can tell the 6 square can make a cube. And if you're told what is square, you can understand easily by the lines, by the square, by the cube. So these 3 things we have, it's easy to make a relationship among these 3 things. In the same way, if you are told to learn the Sanskrit word jal, jal is a Sanskrit word, and if you are told to memorize the word jal, so what would you do? What would come in your mind? Which word would come in your mind? The word
I
water.
think water, sir.
Water will come in your mind. Do you know why? We know water very well. We all know what is water. We all know. So we can easily make a relationship between water and gel. This is really very easy things. Water and gel. So how you can apply this association rule with ourselves? The thing is that the words, the thing which we know already, the words which are already in our mind, we can make a relationship with the word which we have to learn, which we have to preserve in our mind. If we make a relationship, if we associate with that word which you have already in your mind with another word that you have to learn, and it is typical for you, once you made a relationship with that word, with another word, it would be preserved, retained in your mind for the long time. So that is called the association rule. So you can apply this thing for remembering anything. Okay, next point, concentration. This is the most important thing, concentration. And it is hard to make a concentration when you read something, when you are given any work. So here I have written something, erase everything. So first of all, when you are going to read or learn anything, whatever you have in your mind, whatever is things happening, whatever you are thinking, what all the works you have to do, just erase everything. Okay. It's a, it's
Yeah,
not
it's
easy.
true what you said. It's true what you say because when you're just connecting words, it's easy to you memorize. For example, you only learn a sky. You know, it's a sky in any language. Okay, if the language you want to learn. But if you connect in the sky is blue, it's gonna be for easy to remember all these phrases. It's true what you said, man.
Yeah, of course. Well, whatever you have in your mind, but whatever is easy for you, all the things are in your mind. You know the sky, you know the blue, everything is in your mind, and you are given a new word. You can make a relationship with the sky or blue. That would be easy to remember it. Okay. So here I'm talking about the concentration. The thing which you told that I have already told you in the previous chapter, previous slide. Okay. So
Narsimulu sir, please mute your mobile, please. Yeah, we are getting disturbance from your side. Narsimulu sir, yeah, please mute your device. Yeah, Narsimulu sir. Yeah, Shashi sir, please mute
okay,
your
I have
mobile.
muted all. I have muted all, and there is Ram Babu. Yes. Share
Okay, sir,
everyone.
you please go
Okay,
ahead.
that's
You
fine.
please go
That's
ahead.
fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
That's fine. Okay, I was telling about erase everything except what you have to learn. Whatever you have to learn, just accept it and erase everything. And do not permit your thought to stray. Spelling is wrong. Stray. You can correct it. Stray. Stray is there, and dangle of veggie in front of you like donkey move. Okay. When you have to concentrate yourself, it's really very hard, and that moment you would have to work hard for making a concentration. Here you're watching a picture. In this picture, donkey is there. On his donkey there is a weight, and bag is there, and just somebody has dangled the veggie carrot in front of me, and just watching, just paying attention only on that carrot and just running. That's it. Weight is already there. The same things you have to apply in yourself. Miss what? Just concentrate what you have to do. Just target that thing. Suppose you are given a book, you are given a topic to learn it. You have to just target only that topic, and that's it. Just target, just think about that topic and start understanding, start learning. And many times, 3 4 5 or 6 times you have to read that topic again and again. Then you would be able to remember, memorize those things. So this is the important things: concentration and create an interest in your subject. Like, for learning anything, first of all you should have that interest. If you don't have interest, you cannot remember, you cannot preserve that thing. So the most important thing is that you should have that interest. If you don't have interest, make imagination in your mind which you like most, and correlate with that imagination with your subject which you have to remember. So that was about the concentration part. Okay, the next part is, okay, right, power of sense. Power of sense is we have got all the organs by which we hear. So we have to grow these organs, ability of hearing anything, whatever we hear in the lecture hall. If we are hearing something, we have to just pay attention on the professor, whatever he is saying, or whatever thing which you are listening over the earphone on the computer, or somebody is saying something, some important thing to you. So you have to just hear, understand, and listen that carefully. Like, if you start avoiding somebody saying something to you, some important thing is some professor is or teacher is explaining to you, and if you are skipping, So your hearing power would be losing, it would becoming weak. In the same manner, sense of vision, whatever you do, whatever you learn, first of all, make a vision in your mind. Do you understand what is the meaning of vision? Vision in the sense that whatever you are doing, what would be the actual purpose? Ultimately, what would be the result which you need? That is called the vision. Means right now, I'm just telling you about how to memorize the things and some techniques of learning anything. What is my vision? My vision is that you all people understand the session which I'm telling to you today, and after completing this session, you would be able to memorize everything easily on the spot. Suppose you are given 50 words or any article, and you read and you remember the article. This is my vision, and you have grown your memory. This is my vision. I think that you all have understood the meaning of the vision. The same thing you have to apply while reading, while understanding anything. Make a vision in your mind, then smell, get the smell, whatever smell you have in your mind, like any smell of strawberry. Make a relationship with the strawberry, whatever you are reading. Like all the creativity you have to bring in your mind. Imagination is the most important word that you have to keep all the time in your mind. The same where the same thing happens with the sense of taste. You have to make a relationship with the taste which you like most. Then the sense of touch, and kinesthesia. Kinesthesia is knowledge of the position and movement of parts of your body which comes from sense organs in the muscles. That means like in what portion you are sitting, or whatever you are doing. Like suppose you have got some joint pains, suppose you have got some knee pains, or head pains you have got. So you can also make a relationship with the thing which you have to learn. We have to read what we have to understand. So in this way you can make a association or relationship. Like these all the things we have, like hearing, vision, smell, touch, taste, anesthesia, so kinesthesia. So these are the things these are the options. We can use these options for learning, growing our memory power. So this is all about the power of sense. Okay, then next we have topic that is the point that is color. Okay, color. Suppose you watch a dream and you explain your dream to your friend, and that friend asks that was the dream was black and white or it was faded. Then you are not able to explain the color of that dream. What is the color? It was red, blue, or white. What is that? What kind of color was the dream which you watched last night? You cannot explain that. So what you have to do, whatever you read, whatever you learn, whatever you watch, you just memorize and fill the colors on those things. Make imagination in your mind, bring the colors, put the colors on different kind of objects, make association rules, sorry, connect with colors with your object, whatever you have to remember. In this way you would be able to memorize the things easily. These all are kind of exercises which you perform, and by performing these exercises you would be able to memorize, you would be able to retain the things in your mind for the long times. So make it in full range of colors. We all know colors easily, like blue, white, black, green. We all know color. We all have information about the colors in our mind. Every time you have colors in your mind, every time, all the time you have. So you just have to do one thing. You just fill the colors. What you have to remember, what you have to memorize. That's it. You would be able to memorize. The next point is exaggeration. Exaggeration means we have to grow the topic unnecessary. We add the things to memorize the articles, to topics, or anything what we have to memorize. See, mental image intensified form, in magnified form, in exaggerated form. Whatever you watch, the thing which you have to learn, or you have to cram, or you have to understand, you have to apply your mind and you have to broad it. You have to edit it, make it fun. You have to exaggerate it, magnify it. Means suppose you have got very small things, very tiny things. What do you do to understand it? You would magnify it, it will zoom it, and you would be able to understand it easily. The same thing which is typical for you to understand, just exaggerate it, and that's it. And you would be able to memorize and understand that thing easily. As you're watching the pictures, there is a very fat person, so you can exaggerate it in this way. Imagine the fat person and visualize his belly for big pot. His belly, his stomach is like a big pot. You have just exaggerated it. And his head is like a football. You have just exaggerated this guy with a big pot and football. The same things, it's a kind of small example. You can apply this example in other objects, other things, whichever you watch, whichever you have to learn. Okay, the next point is that pictures form a mental images in your mind. So the same thing is also there for mental picture. Make a picture in your mind. Suppose you are given any article, and you're reading any article and you have to memorize that article in your mind. So just to make a picture of that article, make a story in your mind. The picture which you like most, just make it in your mind, and you would be able to preserve that article in your mind for the long time. The same thing, the next point is oddities. Oddities means which is unusual, which is irrelevant, which is something different. Suppose you are in the classroom and you have to memorize the lecture, and you can imagine that your teacher wore the helmet. She was or he was with the helmet. And if you made this image in your mind, you can remember after 5 or 6 months that your teacher was wearing the helmet, and she told this chapter, she told this and that. So in this way we can memorize the things. So these are the things by which you can memorize, or you can remember whatever you are told to learn. Okay, in the next slide, thought process. Thought process. Now what is thought process? This is also very important things to memorize anything. It's also a lengthy process, and actually, do you know, like when we have to learn and we have to apply the thought process, it takes times, and sometimes we get irritations, because time and again you have to apply your mind, and you have to remember the things, and you have to correlate the things what we have to learn. But you have to have patience. Once you are in the practice of learning in this way, believe me, after 1 or 2 months you would be able to become the fantastic person with your among your friends, in your family, because on the spot you would be able to remember anything. You would be able to remember the numbers, the digits, the words, anything. Okay, now I'm explaining you what is exchange foreign currency. With the help of this example, you can understand what is thought process. Suppose your friend is in USA and he is giving you a lot of money to deposit that money in your bank account. So he cannot deposit that money in your bank account directly. What happens? First of all, that money would come in Indian rupees. It would get exchanged in Indian rupees. And after that, it would be deposited in your bank account. The idea which you have to remember, you have to make a, you would have to bring in your thought process. You would have to exchange with another idea, that idea which you have already in your mind. Suppose you have to learn any abstract idea, you are given a thesis and you have to learn it, you have to cram it, you have to preserve it. So the thesis which you have already in your mind, you would you would exchange, you would correlate with that thesis, and it would take some time. And once you correlate with that abstract idea with your idea which you have already in your mind, and after that you would be able to memorize that abstract idea for the long time. So this is called the thought process. You can understand by reading Exchange Foreign Currency. With the help of this example, you can understand it. Okay, the next point is tips for exams. This is also very important part. When we have to give the examination, that moment, there are some parts which are important. If you remember, if you learn anything in this way, if you apply these points while reading, while learning, you would be able to memorize the thing easily. The first point is that overlearning. Overlearning means when you learn anything for 1 hour, then you have to read the same chapter again and again. It's over and over. Maybe 5 or 6 times you have to learn that thing. Then you can preserve those things in your mind for the long time. So this is the first way for memorizing anything. Because in once, if you suppose you are given a book to read in 1 hour, and once you complete your 1 hour, in the second hour it would take around 45 minutes to complete that book. In the third time it would take only 30 minutes to complete that book. In the fourth time it would be taking only 15 or 20 minutes. That's it. And ultimately you don't have to read the books, you would start speaking about that book. So this is the profit of over learning. In this way you can learn the books. The next point is spaced learning. Spaced learning means we have to give the gaps while reading, while learning anything. Suppose you are given a book to learn in 4 hours, and after 4 hours you have to describe that book. Is it possible to describe that book in 4 hours?
No, sir.
Okay, that's not possible. You can read it, you cannot explain after 4 hours. But if you are told that you have to read book for 40 minutes or 50 minutes, then you can take 10 minutes of break. And in those 10 minutes, you can memorize, you can refresh your mind, you can walk, you can talk to anyone, you can enjoy the water, or you can take the tea. In that 10 minutes, you can memorize whatever you have learned in the 50 minutes. You can refresh the points. And after 10 minutes, you can also study, you can also read for another 50 minutes. Then you can take 15 minutes of break. Then you can also do the same things, memorizing or refreshing the same thing which you have already read. The same thing you have to do consequences. Means continuous correspondingly, you have to do the same things. It will take around like more than 4 hours, like 6 hours or 7 hours. But the moment you complete the book after 6 or 7 hours, you would be able to describe the book from beginning to the end. So this is called the spaced learning. Then water. We all know that our body has 70% of the water. Water plays the vital role while learning, while reading. You all have to take the water. When you read anything after just after 10 minutes or 15 minutes, you have to take the water. It would refresh your mind and it would just like get the more energy. You would get more enthusiasm for learning new things. Then revision plan, you have to make a plan for revision. Okay, now the thing is that suppose you study for 1 hour or 2 hours, right? And after 2 or 3 hours, after 3 hours you just memorize whatever you have learned. Okay, after 3 hours then you have to revise it after 24 hours, and after 24 hours then you can revise it just after 1 week. And after 1 week, if you revise after 1 month, and after that you are not going to forget what you have
Yeah.
learned, what you have read. So this is called the revision plan.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. And we'll have only less than a minute
Hmm.
to end the session, and we'll have one more section, last 40 minutes.
Okay.
So in that 40 minutes, and we'll get the interaction uh, with the host. So you all will get the chance to
Hmm.
ask or to know answers for your doubts.
Yeah. What about the
So
question people?
definitely,
What about the question people? Where they
yeah.
have gone? Few people were asking the questions and they have gone. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, okay.
They
In
all are
final
connected.
session, definitely.
They all are connected
Yeah,
with
in
me.
final
So
section.
in the final
Yeah, yeah,
section,
no
yeah,
problem, no problem, sir. No
definitely.
problem. Already it's more than an hour, you know.
Hmm.
So the people will show interest